Welcome to Hero Villains. In your opinion, Doctor Doom versus Etrigan. In this universe, it is the stage of geniuses, of conquerors, of those who crave absolute power. Two of the greatest minds, two of the most complex souls who dare to challenge both gods and demons to achieve their goals. On one side is the Lord of Latveria, the second greatest intellect in the Marvel world. The one who used intellect and sorcery to steal power from cosmic entities themselves and repeatedly imprisoned even the archfiend Mephisto, Doctor Doom. On the other side is the Hell Knight, the cursed Prince of Camelot, the one who carries within him the power of the Crimson Demon and has confronted the Demon King Lucifer himself, protecting reality from the destruction of heaven and hell, Etrigan the Demon. Dr. Doom is the embodiment of iron will and infinite knowledge. Etrigan is the embodiment of primordial hell power and pure wrath. When the titanium armor and dark sorcery of Doom clash with the hellfire and immortal body of Etrigan, who will be the ruler? Victor Von Doom is the embodiment of pride, of iron will. Born into a Romani tribe in the small nation of Latveria, Victor witnessed his mother, Cynthia, a gifted sorceress, have her soul taken by Mephisto to hell. His father, a healer, was persecuted by the authorities and died in the arms of young Victor amidst the icy mountains. From those two horrific losses, a vow was carved into his very marrow, to rule the world and to free his mother's soul from hell. Victor Von Doom possesses a mind so brilliant that even Reed Richards, the smartest man in Marvel, must be wary. He is an inventor, a scientist, and above all, a master sorcerer. Studying from the very monks of Tibet, Doom forged his armor, not just a war machine, but also a work of art combining science and sorcery. He returned to Latveria, overthrew the dictatorship, and became the monarch. Under Doom's rule, Latveria went from an impoverished nation to a prosperous superpower. A place with no crime, no poverty, but also no freedom. He is the archenemy of the Fantastic Four, the one who defeated Silver Surfer, the one who repeatedly stole the power of Galactus, the Beyonder, and even the Celestials. His pinnacle was becoming God Emperor Doom, recreating the entire multiverse from the fragments of realities and secret wars. Doom trusts no one but himself. He believes that only he possesses the vision and the strength to lead the world. And his only weakness, ironically, is his own immense arrogance and pride, the very things that have repeatedly caused victory to slip right through his grasp. He is one of the most dangerous, complex, and fearsome entities. Doom was not born with divine power, is not an alien, nor a mutant variant. He is a human, but that is precisely what makes him terrifying. Doom's power is the absolute perfect fusion of transcendent scientific intellect and ancient dark art. From an orphan boy fleeing death to a genius student scarred by his own arrogance, and ultimately a king, a sorcerer, and sometimes a god. Doom does not seek power to destroy. He seeks power to control, to protect, and to prove that his will is the supreme law of the universe. Regarding intellect and technology, Dr. Doom is a marvel of human evolution. His titanium armor is not just an outer shell, it is a mobile fortress, a laboratory, and a weapon of mass destruction. This armor has the ability to absorb and convert all forms of energy, from the cosmic rays of Galactus to the thunderous power of Thor. Doom possesses an arsenal of Doombots, robots bearing his very likeness and consciousness, allowing him to be present everywhere at once. He has built time machines, soul-swapping devices, and weapons capable of tearing apart the fabric of the multiverse. Doom's technology is not limited by current physics. It is limited by reality's own permission, and Doom frequently refuses to accept that refusal. He has fought cosmic-level entities using only his inventions, proving that human intellect, when guided by an iron will, can threaten even gods. However, if he stopped at science, Doom would only be half of the picture. The other half, and perhaps the more fearsome part, is sorcery. Doom did not study sorcery to become a scholar. He studied sorcery to conquer it. He sought out the Tibetan monasteries, deciphered the most ancient scrolls, and stole knowledge from the darkest dimensions. Doom's sorcery is fundamentally different from that of mainstream sorcerers like Doctor Strange, Strange borrows power from higher entities. Doom seizes power, commands the entities, and forces them to submit to his will. Doom's sorcery is nourished by his very own ego. In the Marvel Universe, Dr. Doom's ego is so powerful that it becomes a metaphysical force. He has refused death, refused the judgment of hell, and even defeated Mephisto, the Lord of Hell of Marvel, on the demon's own home turf by using a combination of technology and sorcery. The pinnacle of this power, and also the clearest testament to Doom's transcendent nature, is the Secret Wars event. When the multiverse collapsed, it was Dr. Doom, with the help of the Molecule Man, who stole the power of the Beyonders, entities standing above all gods and concepts, to become God Emperor Doom. He recreated the multiverse, turning it into Battleworld, and seating himself on the throne, decreeing the fate of every living being, every god, and every reality. Even if only for a short time, Doom proved that he is not just a player on the cosmic chessboard. He is the one who can overturn the board and become the maker of the rules himself. Doom's power is the imposition of will upon reality. He believes he is always right, and the universe, in fear and reverence, often ends up agreeing. His mind is a weaponized fortress. Telepaths who try to invade it face an ego so monolithic that it breaks them. Doom's resilience and adaptability are what make him an eternal nightmare. He has been torn apart, cursed, banished to hell, and stripped of everything. But Doom always returns. He has a network of backup Doombots across every dimension, and his soul is protected by layers of enchantment so complex that even abstract level entities have difficulty reaching it. Doom does not just fight with power, he fights with preparation. He is the master of manipulation, traps, and breaking the will of his opponents. He is the embodiment of absolute control. I truly hope you will. Subscribe to the channel, that will help us immensely, and you are the most wonderful person. Thank you so very much. Now let us talk next about Etrigan, the Hellfire demon from Camelot. If Dr. Doom is the pinnacle of human control and will, then Etrigan the demon is the embodiment of chaos, violence, and the most primal instinct of hell. Etrigan, also known through his host the knight Jason Blood, is the son of Belial, one of the princes of hell. He was cursed by Merlin, forced to be bound to a mortal human, sharing immortality and exile across the centuries. Etrigan is not a sorcerer in the traditional sense. He is a warrior, a destroyer, a nightmare in demonic form with yellow skin, curved horns, and blazing eyes. Etrigan's existence is a paradox. He is a demon forced to serve good through the Justice League Dark, yet his nature is sin, lust, and an ineradicable brutality. Etrigan is a creature with glowing yellow skin, eyes red like embers, and terrifying physical strength. He can spew hellfire, wield supernatural strength, and is virtually immortal against all conventional weaponry. But the most distinctive feature of Etrigan is his personality. Unlike the calm and moral Jason Blood, Etrigan is a savage, vulgar, and somewhat destruction-loving being. However, he is not a purely evil demon. Etrigan has existed for centuries, fighting countless enemies from witches, vampires, to demon lords. He is a member of Justice League Dark, the group of supernatural heroes protecting the world from magical threats. His power is hellfire and rage, but his soul is a tangled mess between human and demon, constantly torn between good and evil. He is a heavy class war machine. Etrigan's muscular strength allows him to engage in hand-to-hand combat with giants like Superman, Wonder Woman, or entities from Apocalypse. He can withstand attacks that could level cities, endure cosmic-level energy blasts, and continue to rise with a savage grin. Etrigan's immortality does not come from external technology or enchantments. It is ingrained in his very essence. He does not age, needs no sustenance, and cannot be killed by any conventional physical or energy weapon. If his body is destroyed, he will regenerate from the very flames of hell, or simply be pulled back from the abyss by the curse binding him to Jason Blood. The bond between Etrigan and blood is one of the most enduring metaphysical shackles. Unless the curse of Merlin is broken, Etrigan cannot exist independently, and blood cannot die as long as Etrigan remains. However, Etrigan's most fearsome weapon is not his muscular strength, but the Hellfire. This is not ordinary physical fire that burns oxygen and generates high heat. Hellfire in the DC universe is a metaphysical concept. It is the embodiment of punishment, of sin, and of the destruction of the soul. This fire can burn intangible entities, incinerate an opponent's sorcery, and cause permanent damage to the very concept of the victim's existence. When Etrigan spews Hellfire, he does not just attack the body, he attacks the very being. Immortal creatures, energy entities, or mighty sorcerers all tremble before the Hellfire, because it bypasses all layers of physical defense and attacks directly into the soul and magical essence. Etrigan can manipulate this fire into shapes, chains, or blasts of purification. He is a nuclear reactor of damnation, an infinite energy source connected directly to the deepest layers of DC hell. Etrigan also possesses a vast repository of ancient knowledge and sorcery. He has existed since the time of Camelot, witnessed the collapse of civilizations, and battled countless magical entities. He understands the nature of curses, soul pacts, and the hidden rules of the supernatural world. Etrigan can teleport instantly, summon hellish creatures, and manipulate darkness. However, Etrigan's greatest weakness lies precisely in his own nature: chaos and instinct. Etrigan is driven by rage, the arrogance of a demon, and at times, madness. He is a magnificent warrior, but he is not a grand strategist. He relies on overwhelming power and brutality to crush his opponent, not on cold calculations and meticulous preparation. Etrigan is a firestorm, beautiful, terrifying, and destructive to everything in its path, but a storm does not know how to plan. Now, having clearly outlined the nature and the pinnacle achievements of both entities, we step into the direct comparison of the two. The one who seeks to dominate all laws, and the one who is the embodiment of breaking all laws. Regarding destructive power, Etrigan can make a strong impression thanks to his muscular strength and Hellfire. Etrigan's Hellfire can incinerate an entire city, and his strength is sufficient to level mountains. However, Dr. Doom operates on an entirely different scale. Doom's armor is designed to withstand attacks from entities that can devour stars. Doom's technology can analyze, adapt to, and neutralize exotic forms of energy. If Etrigan attacks using Hellfire, Doom's AI system and magical defenses will instantly analyze the metaphysical frequency of this fire. Doom has faced energy entities, magical dimensions, and ancient curses. His armor can generate force fields that isolate the soul or absorb the very hellish energy to charge his own weapons. In a head-on energy confrontation, Doom holds the advantage in adaptability and technological support, while Etrigan relies only on instinct and innate power. However, this is where the battle becomes truly ferocious. Etrigan possesses Hellfire, a substance capable of incinerating the soul. Dr. Doom does not only protect his body, he protects his soul with enchantments so complex that even Mephisto must be wary. Doom has stepped into hell, faced demon lords, and refused to let his soul be judged. Doom's ego is so powerful that it functions as a metaphysical shield. The Hellfire of Etrigan can burn weak souls or creatures bound by sin, but the soul of Victor Von Doom is forged by pride, will, and absolute belief in himself. Doom does not believe in sin, he believes he is the only one with the right to judge. Therefore, Hellfire may cause injury to Doom, but it cannot incinerate or possess his soul. Moreover, Etrigan fights with savagery, with deadly rhyming verses and blows carrying the weight of hell. He is a magnificent warrior, but he is easily provoked and often blinded by the arrogance of a demon. Dr. Doom, on the contrary, is a master strategist, one who always has a plan B, plan C, all the way to plan Z ready. Doom will not stand still for Etrigan to spew fire. He will use Doombots to probe, use teleportation devices to trap Etrigan in dimensions devoid of magic, or use frequency resonance weapons to disrupt Etrigan's demonic structure. Doom has defeated chaotic entities by exploiting their very chaos. The angrier Etrigan becomes, the more easily he falls into Doom's traps. Etrigan will try to drag Doom into a hellish dimension or use summoning magic to overwhelm him, but Doom is one who has conquered dimensions. Doom's armor can independently generate a separate reality environment, where the rules of hell are neutralized by technology. Etrigan is a creature of curse, but Doom is one who has held the power of creator gods. The disparity in the scale of power and the diversity in Doom's toolkit is simply too vast. However, it must also be acknowledged that Etrigan has an advantage in the filthiness and unpredictability of hellish magic. He could sacrifice Jason Blood to unleash a conceptual suicide attack, or use bloodline curses to injure Doom. But Doom is all too familiar with the games of blood and soul. He has sacrificed himself, or manipulated other entities to bear curses in his stead. Doom's ruthlessness and willingness to sacrifice for the ultimate goal far exceed the instinctive savagery of Etrigan. Doom fights with the cold head of a king, while Etrigan fights with the hot heart of a demon. In a prolonged war, the cold head will always find a way to extinguish the hot heart. The battle. Etrigan would immediately open with a relentless assault. With the speed and strength of a high-ranking demon, Etrigan would rush at Doom with sledgehammer-like blows. Doom would use the armor's force field to withstand them. Doom's armor has been proven capable of taking punches from the Thing and the Hulk, so it would hold firm against Etrigan's initial onslaught. However, Etrigan would then unleash the Hellfire. This is the true test. Hellfire is no ordinary fire. It possesses magical properties and can bypass conventional energy barriers. Doom would be forced to switch from technology to sorcery, creating mystical shields to block the Hellfire. The battle becomes a contest between Hellfire and Doom's sorcery. This is where Doom demonstrates his class. Victor Von Doom never enters a battle without preparation. He has studied Etrigan beforehand. He knows a demon's weakness is cold iron. It is highly likely that Doom's armor and weapons have been reinforced or plated with a special cold iron layer. When Etrigan lunges into close combat, Doom will activate his hidden weapons, energy blades combined with cold iron, or magical projectiles made from this material. These attacks will cause genuine damage to Etrigan, wounding and weakening him. This is a battle that Dr. Doom would win. And that is our analysis of the battle between the Lord of Latveria and the Hell Knight. Let us know your opinion by commenting down below. Do you side with the intellect and sorcery of Doom, or the primal power of Etrigan? If you enjoy such ultimate showdowns between technology, sorcery, and the supernatural, do not forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss any future cosmic battles. That is today's video. Thank you very much.